everybody. I'm Alex. This is 10 growth hacks in 15 minutes. I've kind of been around for a little while. I've been in Asia for about 20 years. And today I'm going to tell you about how we do content marketing, ads, email, social, word of mouth, tracking. You know, everything everybody else can tell you, and then you can go see it on YouTube to really understand it. But actually, no, I'm gonna actually tell you different stories. I'm gonna tell you the founder mindset growth hacks that have helped some of the founders that I know and I really look up to make it to the next stage. So Steve Jobs, Dr. Hira Fared, Arfan, Zaman, Mustafa, Momin, the founder of Palki Motors, the first electric car company in Bangladesh. So the first mindset hack is that we all rise from the ashes. And the story starts with Steve Jobs in 1984. You probably know he launched the Macintosh. And then in 1985, he was fired. And things didn't go well for Apple. The software was bad, the hardware strategy was terrible, and the market share took a drastic dip. It was really a mess. The real key problem that Apple faced was the operating system sucked. OS 8 didn't have preemptive multitasking. There was no buffer between the applications, so one application would take down the whole operating system. Any crash could just cause total chaos. So Apple looked at building another operating system. They spent millions on BOS. On Copeland. They looked at acquiring BOS. But Steve Jobs was off in the background starting Next Computer, which was also a new operating system. And this operating system based on open source FreeBSD. And it became OS 10 when Apple's board hired Steve back, and we got the Apple of the future again. And Steve then created the iPhone, the iPad, the iPod, and all of us have failures in our career. All of us make mistakes. All of us have a bad 360, and we all have the opportunity to rise like Steve back from the ashes and come back and then build again. So that's the first mindset hack, is don't let everything knock you down. Number two, good friend of mine, one of my first angel investments, Arfan Zaman is the founder of MedEasy, and Arfan's father was a chronic patient in Dhaka. And Arfan was spending 2 to 4 or 5 hours a week just in traffic trying to take his father to the doctor and also to the pharmacy. And when COVID came and his father passed away, he was a machine learning engineer at one of the top companies in Bangladesh, and he quit his job and said, I've got to solve this problem, and I really care about this, and he started MedEasy. And today MedEasy is making about $500,000 a month, and selling and just continuously growing every single month, not had a down month, and it's crushing it. So he just really has that passion, and he brings it, and that's what we have to do as founders as well. But if you haven't started your company yet, then you just have to get started. So this is Pim. I met him a couple of months ago. He was asking me for some advice on how to raise money to build his app so he could start his company. And then his company is like a roadside assistance company. So you need a big network. So after our conversation, he realized that you don't need much to get started. You just need a spreadsheet in some cases, a little website, and then you just need to prove that you can do it. And now he's made over 300,000 baht in since February, So just get started is something that we can all do, and we can all do it every day as well on whatever tasks that we feel have emotional blockers. We can just get started. Once we're started, we need to follow gravity. So this is Zin. Maybe he's here. Zin is the founder of Klink. Zin got started in Myanmar, just fixing the hotel like Wi-Fi, and then he started taking over the hotel phone systems, and then he moved the phone systems to the cloud and used Asterix and open source software, and now he's in 3 data centers in Myanmar and Thailand and I think in Vietnam, and the gravity is just pulling him to keep growing. People are subscribing. People are now paying. He's got bank customers. He's got Ninja Van, and he's well on his way. So follow that gravity. Just keep doing what you're doing. Keep growing, and then once things are moving, or even before, we need to find teammates. Now this is my son, the tall one, and I'm so proud of him, and KK and Joe and all his teammates, and they went to the nationals in Chiang Mai, well, they lost every game, but they had a great time. And so I think they got to know each other better. They got to, what's it called, storming, norming, and performing. When you bring your team together and you start to perform together, because you know what this person does well and that person can cover for. So find your teammates, and then connect the dots. So this is Dr. Hira Fared in Pakistan, in Karachi. After being an anesthesiologist for 9 years, she took her sabbatical and went back and got a master's in public health. And she found out that tuberculosis is a huge problem in Pakistan. So she went around and she met everybody from the rural villages and started finding out, why is it a problem? How can we solve this problem? And it turns out you can't just take a chest x-ray and solve tuberculosis. You need to look through a microscope, but you need to be trained to look through that microscope. So she got them to put a cheap phone on the cheap microscope that they have in the clinic already, and she just centralized the reading in of the data, and she just got them to send those photos like with iMessage or WhatsApp or whatever to her phone, and got someone to analyze them all day. And then that started working, and she started bringing more people to the table, and one of the professors she met said, "Oh my God, you just collected a huge data set of great low resolution data with like 90%, 98% accuracy confirming confirming tuberculosis cases." And then that professor helped her build AI, so now that they can confirm a case in 1 minute instead of 3 minutes, and they can roll this across all of Pakistan, and it's working really well already. 98% correct, and just 1 minute to get a sample to a diagnosis. So connect the dots, meet all the people, use the right software, find the team that you need, and then you'll find a way. So this is Mustafa, and he's the founder of Packing Motors. And Mustafa is one of the most passionate entrepreneurs I've ever met, and he's got a problem. He builds these electric cars, and they cost money to build. He's got tons and tons and tons of orders, but they cost like 70% of the price to build as to sell. So we started working together. We started thinking, how can we do pre-order? How can we get financing in? How can we validate that this car, once sold, the payments will continue? And Mustafa pulled together people from all over the spectrum in Bangladesh, pulled together a network, and he also applied for the Saeed Sustainability Prize, and he won $1 million prize in Dubai this year. I think it was in February. And I'm so proud of him. So he found a way to put his mind to it. He just did not stop. Just go and find a way. And Sometimes you have to take some risks. Sometimes you have to fly to Dubai for a day to meet a prince. Just treat a plane like a taxi. Just find a way. And then once you've found a way, you have to build a moat or else you can't grow. Somebody else, the market these days is incredibly, incredibly competitive. So this is the office, the early office at PulseTech. I have later pictures where it's all organized. But their moat is their ground game. And they can send a motorcycle to any pharmacy in Bangladesh and deliver your drugs 3 days a week. So you run out of stock, deliver the drugs. You run out of, your stock needs to be predicted now, okay, we start predicting it. Your predictive stock says you need financing to pay for your stock, okay, we start doing that and we build a relationship with the pharmacist as well. So that is kind of moat that no competitor can make, is those relationships, that ability to get supply into the hands of the customers, and the ability to finance that supply as well. So this type of moat is something that we should look for. What can we do in our own businesses to make sure that competitors can't outcompete us? So the last growth hack I have is to start by giving. Today, my co-founder Agnes and I are launching FlexBike. FlexBike is an app. We have over 1,500 motorcycles in Bali. We have motorcycles in Bangkok and Chiang Mai. And actually, if you take this card and give it to any motorcycle shop and convince them that I will wire them money, they don't have to sign up, no strings attached. I will just wire them money for your first day of motorcycle rental. And that's how we're gonna sign up more shops, and that's how we're going to grow. And this is how we give something away to our customers, to our network, and also our CAC of giving this away when we acquire a customer will still be lower than going to Facebook and paying them. But we'll build real relationships in the process. Okay, the last, number 10, is consider timing and sequencing. I still have 2 minutes and 23 seconds and I did 63 slides. So don't let people tell you need a 10 slide deck. Think about how to build your business in a sequence that makes sense. And think about timing in every aspect, how you're gonna sequence, how you're gonna use your time in a meeting with a VC, how you're gonna use your day. I really wish I did the exercise that the previous speaker was talking about. That's a really important thing to sequence and time into your day. For me, I do it between 7 and 8 in the morning. And that's really important to time and sequence your life as well. So 1 minute and 42 seconds, and thank you guys very much, and really appreciate your time.